Hey guys, so Accor Plus are going through some major changes at the moment, and they'll all affect our membership. So on the 1st of October, these changes will retroactively come in place, and unfortunately some of the changes are pretty brutal. So here's the deal. So on October 1st, 2025, Accor Plus is rebranding to All Accor Plus Explorer. It's a bit of a ridiculous mouthful, but the name change is the least of our worries. So here's some headline numbers that are just high level what exactly is changing. So the annual fee is actually dropping by $50, and the bonus nights status credits, the status nights that we get actually increase from 20 to 30, so it makes it a bit easier for those chasing status. And in relation to that, the status level that we automatically get actually increases from silver to gold. So that comes with a few more benefits that we'll touch on in a second. And the other major benefit is the hotel discount. So globally now we get 15% discount on hotels globally, where prior to the 1st of October, it's only 10% in Asia Pacific. You might be thinking that all sounds good, but unfortunately you'd be wrong. So let's dig into some of the changes that are making people a bit furious. So initially, all existing members, that includes everyone getting it free through American Express Platinum cards, will automatically be transitioned to the new program unless you specifically cancel before September the 30th. First, let's touch on those positive changes first. And because there are some quite genuine improvements which are offset by some negatives, which we'll touch on in a second. So first of all, we get 30 bonus nights and gold status included. So instead of the 20 bonus nights we got previously, which gave us silver status, we'll now get 30 bonus nights, which automatically qualifies us for gold status. So this is pretty meaningful if you're looking for better room upgrades, late checkout, and welcome benefits. It's actually over about 4,000 properties now. This 1,300 is just for Asia Pacific, but now globally it's a bit over 4,000 properties. And so for those who were combining Accor Plus with other subscriptions to hit platinum status faster, they're killing this strategy entirely, which we'll talk about in a second. But usually before we could stack some different memberships together, but now they're discontinuing that as well. And again, previously we got 10% off hotel stays in Asia Pacific, but now we're getting 15% off globally, which means now we can use that when traveling to Europe or the Americas, which previously we couldn't use our benefits in the sort of the Northern Hemisphere. And obviously this is helpful in booking those higher tier hotels in the Northern Hemisphere. The other thing we touched on earlier is a $50 saving, but this saving is offset in some of the reduced benefits that we'll get to. The major drawback at the moment that's coming in on the 1st of October is that free nights aren't really free anymore. And so previously we used to get one night free per year that we could use independently, and there wasn't really any catches to it. And now we used to be able to book one night at, say, the Sofitel at Darling Harbour, and that could be worth upwards of $400, and that'd be completely free. But now from the 1st of October, you need to book a minimum of 2 nights stay and get one night free. So effectively that works out to a buy one, get one free. For people that do have the subscription previous to the 1st of October, if you've still got a free night certificate and you haven't used it yet, that rolls over to the new program on the 1st of October. And then so you get 2 certificates, but the catch being that they both now require a 2-night minimum. So even if you did have a free night before 1st of October that was independent of having a second night, paying for a second night, you still, from the 1st of October, now you get 2. The first one rolls over, but the catch is that they both require a 2-night minimum stay. And so that killed a lot of flexibility. Previously, you could book a single night at, say, the Pullman for a staycation and pay absolutely nothing. Now you'll have to obviously pay for the 2 nights and get the second night free. It works out a 50% saving, but it kills the flexibility. A good thing if say one night is $150 a night and the second one is $200, the free nights would be the higher of the two, being the $200 night. And so at least that's a benefit. But now you're also subjected to the terms and conditions of the night that you're booking. Usually before, the free night would be fully flexible and you'd have a lot of flexibility about changes or cancellations, things like that. But now you're booked at the room rate that you book into for that cash night. and you're subject to the terms and conditions of that room rate, essentially. So the other dining discount that's getting slashed is if you're a couple. Most Accor members usually dine as a couple, and a lot of people loved the fact that you get 50% off your entire food bill, and that was prior to the 1st of October. And then post 1st of October, that comes down to a 30% off flat rate up to party sizes of 10 people. Above that, it's reduced to 30, and then anything above 20, I think it's no discount. So that's a bit of a kick in the guts to a lot of couples that love the 50% off food bill, even if you weren't staying at an Accor property. So previously, obviously, if it was a $200 dinner, you get 50% off that and came down to $100. Now with the 30% off, it's down to $140, so an additional $40 out of pocket. And this was one of the main reasons why people loved this program, even if it was just for the 50% off dining. If you dined at Accor properties a lot or could move around, so you could save a lot of money just off the fee by itself. So the other drawback is now status stacking is dead. This isn't advertised as much that I've seen people talking about, but previously you could bind your 20 Accor Plus nights with up to 30 more from other Accor subscriptions, and you could stack that and obviously get up to 50 there, fast tracking your way to platinum status. But now that's no longer the case. Unfortunately, we can't stack those different memberships, and it's fully capped at a 30 nights maximum, which means that goes out the window and the party is over. So that's obviously got some pros and cons. This just initial membership, it gives us a higher overall status nights at 30 compared to the previous 20, but we can no longer stack the benefits. For current platinum members that find it relatively easy to hold their benefits, it might be, obviously a faster track to gold status, which might impact the existing platinum members to get more of their upgrades and tier benefits, as likely that it'll mean a lot more people will have gold status with an easy fast track there. So now we can just briefly touch on how it affects us in Australia. And so obviously now touching on those staycation strategies that a lot of people loved for just a single night, obviously now they have to be 2 nights and you got to pay for one and get one free. Doing a bit of a comparison to other hotel chains and other competition, Hilton Honors is another example, which gives you 25% off dining discounts for free through their program, and IHG Rewards offers 30% for free as well. And with this single benefit, of course, essentially charging $300 for the same benefit. And as I said, a lot of people just purchased it for the 50% off, but now you can get it cheaper for elsewhere for free and not having to do the pay $350. But obviously there's a few other benefits as well that come along with the Accor Plus as well. So a bit of a comparison on if you should keep it or if you should cancel it. A couple of things to run through that. So keep it if you regularly book 2+ nights stay at Accor properties anyway. Usually travel with larger groups, families that actually benefit from the 30% discount. As if you're traveling with more than 2 people, the 30% discount is higher than what you would have got previously. And then the value as well, if you're traveling internationally in Europe or America, you get the 15% off discounts and hotel rates, which previously that didn't come into consideration at all. As well as you care about gold status, it's a fast track to that, which can open up upgrades and late checkouts and all that fun stuff. So as well, a couple of things to consider if you're cancelling. If you primarily used it for that free night, that staycation, to essentially pay for itself, now that's no longer a strategy. As well, if your main goal or your main benefit was getting the 50% dining discount as well, that's out the window for couples there. And if you relied on stacking status as well to fast track to platinum, that's no longer a strategy. And if you rarely stay at Accor properties as well for multiple nights, then it doesn't make sense. If you more pick and choose which hotel you're staying at based on individual value rather than staying loyal to one hotel chain. A few other there's to consider, and touching on briefly the American Express factor as well, so if you get Accor Plus through American Express Platinum Card, the calculations are a bit different. So you can't get a refund, obviously, because it's free and included with the card. So you're stuck with whatever changes come. So this then becomes the question, does the reduced value you're getting through the American Express card justify keeping that platinum card open, as a lot of people would have already purchased the Accor Plus memberships, and if it's included in the platinum card, that it's a direct offset of the fee. So now you have to weigh up the other benefits that come with the platinum card with a bit more scrutiny now that this value of Accor's been diminished. And so for direct purchases when they've previously purchased the Accor membership, there's a window to cancel and get a pro-rata refund, but only if you purchased prior to August the 5th when these deals were officially announced. The action plan before the end of the month is to use your benefits if you haven't, take advantage of them, and make any bookings, particularly with the free night award, before September 30th, and these will be honoured under the old system, even if your booking is after October the 1st. So you can calculate your refund, see if it works out to make a pro-rata refund, see if you can sneak any cheeky date nights before the end of the month to get the 50% discounts, and also look into other programs as well to see if they now stack up as better value. Unfortunately, these improvements are always marketed as enhancement or improvements, and although we're saving $50, the flexibility of the free nights award and the losing of the 50% dining discount is a bit of a kick in the guts for a lot of people, as they were the two major benefits, and they're being limited at the moment. The price reduction doesn't really compensate for the benefits, as we've touched on, especially for couples. But for that said, someone with multiple night stays, or that you travel to Europe and North America as well and looking to get those discounts, it might actually work in your favour as well if you're chasing gold status as well. Yep, have a think about, see what you actually benefited from the program in the previous 12 or 24 months, and then calculate if you can get that going forward as well. So hopefully that's helped some people think about the new program changes, and if it stacks up for you going forward, let me know in the comments if you got any questions, and subscribe for some more videos as and when the changes take place for our loyalty programs that are relevant to us in Australia. All right, bye-bye.